So you just saw some 2D footage and 3D footage screened in the theater of what the Red Ones and the Epics are capable of doing. And you can get a pretty good sense of why these cameras are becoming so popular all over the world, because they're shooting some of the biggest movies all over the world, as well as many smaller movies, independent movies, and regional movies from different countries, including India. So the cameras are becoming extremely popular because of what they do and how they do it. And the next logical step for our company is to establish a presence in India, which has one of the largest cinema markets in the world. So my good friend Arjun here, who's sitting next to me, will tell you a little bit of the story of how we first met, and he has become our keystone to start what we call Red India, which is the Red's official presence in India, to support these cameras, to support the workflow, to support the needs of the motion picture community here at all levels, from very small, modest budget movies to the biggest budget movies that India makes, both in 2D and 3D. With just a few cameras to many cameras. We're here to support you.
A couple of years ago, I made a trip to LA to find out what Red was all about, because film was slowly disappearing and we were converting to digital cinema. Cinemas had started converting first, so acquisition was supposed to be coming up right behind. I walked into a post facility where I met this gentleman here, and I told him that we want to buy some cameras for India. He was so impressive that we ended up buying 7 cameras. And I asked him that, why are you not in India? And I explained to him that we make over 1,100 movies, probably more than any other country in the world. And his eyes just opened up.
Really?
And he said, wow.
Maybe I should pay more attention then.
Yes.
We started paying attention.
We started paying attention, and I'd say that Ted shares the passion. He loves India. This is, I think, your 5th trip over here.
Yeah, I come here quite often now.
Quite often, and he just needs a single phone call from me to come running back down, because he loves this place. I don't have to convince him anymore. And he's actually been the driving force to help set up Red India. And I think the nice thing about a company, and especially a young company, is that they recognize their markets and they want to help those markets. And one of the most amazing things that Red is doing is they've actually gone ahead and invested a lot in India for sales, support, and service, because they know this is a new field. It's scary for some people and not so scary for other people, but Red wants to be there and hold the hand from the conversion from film to digital, which has happened faster than what we thought it would happen.
It's a very popular rumor, and it's a rumor in places like India, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, places where the temperature is quite hot. And parts of the United States are also quite hot, right? It is actually a rumor. The cameras perform exceptionally well in all weather conditions. They are professional tools. They need to be treated with professional care. Just because the transition from film to digital has happened, it doesn't mean that this camera is an amateur camera. It's a professional piece of equipment, and it needs to be treated by professionals that understand it. There are settings in the camera for different temperature use case, but every time you hear a story of someone that says, we don't think we can use the camera in the heat, there are literally thousands of stories on the other side that you don't hear of because no one is complaining because the cameras are working great, about movies being shot in the most extreme conditions. I have friends that are shooting movies in Dubai. You think it's hot in India? It's cool in India compared to Dubai. And they're shooting movies in India, or movies in Dubai constantly with both Red Ones, Epics, and Scarlets. Vietnam is the same situation. Vietnam has probably a very similar climate to here to India. It's very hot most of the time. It's rainy, it's wet, it's moist. The Red has essentially dominated that entire market because the budgets are fairly modest and They saw with what Red was doing super high resolution images without the price tag of film. And any kind of HD solution they would try simply did not deliver. Just the same you guys have discovered in India. They've shot something, to my knowledge of, in the last 2 years alone, 35 full features just in Vietnam, all Red 1 before they migrated over to Epix, the newer camera, with no issues in any way, shape, or form. But they understand how to use the camera. And in India now, there are many cinematographers that are working with Red 1s every day. There's also a group in Calcutta that has multiple Reds and multiple... Calcutta is probably even more severe, right? It's a little further south.
There's films that have shot in Rajasthan. There are films that have shot in Delhi that we know of. I actually was working on a television serial which shot for 60 days in Delhi. Binod Pradhan has just shot with 7 epics in Delhi for Bhag Milka Bhag, and it was it's a race sequence. So that's exactly what they are. They're just rumors.